So welcome back to the garage, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thank you very much for all the feedback and attention that the last video got. It's absolutely overwhelming, and it inspired me to do this video because Land Rover is obviously a hot topic. So today I want to cover what these cars are like to actually run and share with you some industry insights into how you can do it and be a little bit friendlier on the wallet, not be put off by the fact these cars cost millions and millions of pounds to run, which they don't. So without further ado, let's get into that. So the problem that I see that's about is that the stigma attached to these cars is that they're horrendously expensive to run. Let's ignore all the other chatter about thefts, insurance, reliability and stuff like that. We covered that in the last video. You've made your decision, you want to buy a Land Rover, or you've just bought a Land Rover. What do you do now? Well, let me try and help you. You might think that the only choices you've got are to go to Land Rover if there's an issue with your car, or that you have to service your car with Land Rover to make sure that you get the job right. It's not the case. It's not the case at all. In my opinion, you've got another two options that seem absolutely perfectly reasonable, and to be quite honest, more often than not, far more beneficial to you as a customer. The first option is an independent service station. Now, these guys and girls are more than apt to look after your Land Rover. Absolutely, no problem with that at all. In the sense of generic servicing, general repairs and maintenance, they are more than equipped to do that for you, and you'll pay probably 60 to 80 pounds an hour labour around here for that privilege, instead of the 180 pound an hour that Land Rover will ask you for. All I would say is ensure that you get a good garage. It's the most important thing you can do. Rather than penny pinch, spend your time getting hold of a good garage that's got a good solid reputation, a proven track record, because that garage will absolutely 100% value its customers. Each individual is so important they get the job right so that they spread the good word, so important that they retain that customer so that they can sustain as a business. The second option is a Land Rover independent specialist. These guys are hidden gems, and quite frankly, from experience, they're off the radar for a lot of people, don't know they're about. These guys are armed with all the equipment, tooling and expertise that a main agent has, and some. They know the cars absolutely intimately. They are typically ex-main agent master techs or very experienced technicians that have spent their career on one specific brand. So they know all the tips and tricks, they know all the potential causes, and they have the ability and want to repair, not replace. And these guys and girls usually operate at around 120 pound an hour for a brand like this, and let me tell you, it's worth the money. It's worth the money. Your general service centre, right, they can complete the day-to-day jobs like the one that I work for, more than capable to service a Land Rover, to change the tyres, change the brakes, change the suspension arms, no problem. And they give excellent service. They've got a fantastic reputation. They give good insight, honest feedback. They don't change anything they don't need to change. Great. No problem with you maintaining your car with them whatsoever. What they can't do is dig into the more tricky stuff. Some of the bigger jobs that require dealer level tooling, and they haven't got the diagnostic equipment for one, or typically the trained diagnosticians either. So if the issue expands past general repairs and maintenance, that's where the line is drawn then. And at that point, we as a garage would suggest a Land Rover specialist that we use often to help you. There's a reason we do that and not refer you straight to the dealer. Pennies are important as well, and that's how the specialists operate. These guys operate on the want to look after their customer to the nth degree, provide the best service so that, again, the good word is spread and that they retain their customers. because they don't have the privilege, the independents and the specialists, of a customer database given to them by the franchise. They don't have a franchise-backed outlet. They don't have the branding. They don't sell cars, typically, of that specific brand, which generates immediate custom. They don't have that. They must generate and retain their customers based solely on their level of expertise, the quality of work, and the attention to their customer care and retention. So these people are hidden gems. All of them. Good independents and specialists alike. Now, if you're not money conscious, main dealers serve your purpose really well. Keeps your service book up to date with main dealer servicing. You know that anything it might want now or in the near future, or not so near future, can be done there and then using genuine OE stuff, and you get a Land Rover stamping invoice at the end of it. Great. But if you're like me and a lot of others that drive these cars, because there's a reason I bought a 65 plate one with 80,000 miles, not a brand new one or a 2-year-old one, because I haven't got the money to. I can't afford it. Money does actually mean something to me. Now that doesn't mean that I want a corner cut, because that's the worst thing you can do with a car like this, is corner cut. They hate it. But what it means is that I need somehow to get the expert work done, or the more in-depth work done, know that I'm valued, looked after, treated fairly, and that the task's undertaken properly. But all is not lost in that case. You are not deemed to have to go to the main dealer and pay through the nose for labour and have every part associated with a potential fault replaced on your car at the cost of thousands of pounds. And that's where the specialists come in over the Land Rover dealers for me. Not only do I think it's a much more personable service, but I'm not into this. I'm not into this replace over repair mindset that does float around the dealers. And I do think that they are privileged with a customer database and free-flowing walk-in custom to the degree that each individual doesn't matter quite as much as it does to the other two. And I say that based on experience. I've got no reason otherwise, no reason other than that to suggest it, other than my experience. Now let me give you an example of what I mean. We had a customer that had an issue with their Land Rover that was too in-depth for us to be able to isolate. Okay, we didn't have the diagnostic equipment or the level of diagnostician that the job required, to unveil the issue. So we referred them to a Land Rover specialist, which is what we would do naturally, because these guys have got that. But the customer couldn't wait for their appointment, so they booked in with Land Rover main agent for a diagnostics. So I spoke to the agent and said, look, can you send me the estimate? And they did. And it quoted for a DPF, diesel particulate filter, it quoted for a new sensor, and it quoted for an EGR valve, exhaust gas recirculation valve. All related to the exhaust system. But I said, why have you quoted for all three? Well, the diagnostic said that there's an issue with the DPF somewhere, there's an issue with the flow rate on the EGR, and we believe the sensor could be seized in the DPF, so we'd replace that as a matter of cause. Right, okay. But what's actually the root cause of the engine light? Well, the diagnostic's showing us this, so we believe it's this. Right, okay. So in other words, what the computer's told you is what you go and buy as gospel. Yeah, fine. Okay. I said, look, this isn't good enough to the customer. I said, I can't rely on this. I need it to go to the Land Rover specialist. I need a better insight. I need a more in-depth overview. I need to understand what's actually gone wrong and how we can put it, what we need to do to put it right. I need to understand it. So we did make the appointment. It did go to our Land Rover specialist, and they completed the task for just over £1,500. Now, some of that's to do with the fact their labour rate's not as intense, but the majority of it's actually to do with the fact that they expanded on what the diagnostic machine told them, used their expertise and experience to actually isolate the issues. And they were all the while conscious that this customer didn't have a blank cheque to write. So the DPF, sure enough, had failed, needed replacing. The DPF sensor wasn't seized in with a careful hand. It came out and went back in. The EGR valve hadn't failed. The filter inside it had clogged. Now I know from experience that's a big thing on these cars, and the Land Rover specialists do as well. Because the main agents rely solely on their diagnostic, it seems, that's how the two quotes differed so much. So the result was we got the same level of work done using the exact same parts. We didn't replace what wasn't necessary to replace. If that's you, imagine that. You can save a decent amount of money if you know the right people. That doesn't mean to skimp on things the car does need. Don't shortcut, because these cars don't like it. They don't like cheap parts, and I always use OE quality parts or OE parts, and I would recommend you do the same. You're much better off to save on the labour than you are the parts, let me tell you. For instance, the Range Rovers, I know for a past time and through experience, if they need brakes, don't put anything other than the Brembos on. And I think that about wraps it up. I don't want to drag on about it all day long, and I don't mean to bash main dealers, and I absolutely don't. You know, they definitely do serve a purpose. If you do shit money and things, then great, because every time you go to Land Rover, your car's going to come out, and you know the likelihood is it's one step closer to being brand spanking new, isn't it? But I haven't bought a 65 plate 80,000 mile Range Rover because every time it goes in for a service or a health check, I want it to be a brand spanking new car. I'm aware it's used. I just need it to serve me its purpose, and it to be healthy and safe. And I need to know that I'm being looked after as an independent customer. And I need to know that my repeat customer means something to you. And I need to know that you've got a motivation to look after my wallet for me. Now, I don't want to get into a big debate about why, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't use main dealers and this, that and the other. I don't want to spark warfare there. I don't want to get into that. This is just my insight to try and help you if you're buying a used Land Rover and you're budget conscious, but at the same time need to make sure that the car does sustain for as long as it possibly can and look after you. Then there are some options, as we've just discussed. So I think it's probably safest to leave it there and say thanks so much if you're watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It helps the channel out more than you can ever imagine. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll say thanks again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.